Whoever is drafting me, I would say is definitely getting a playmaker, somebody who would do anything for the team.
His biggest strength is his confidence, number one, and then the second thing is his ability to push himself.
If we're not getting wins, then it really doesn't mean anything. So if I can elevate my game as much as I possibly can, week in and week out, then I'm gonna do that no matter what it is. What's up, this is Drake London, former USC wide receiver, and you're watching No Days Off.
London catches with one hand.
My junior season, although it was 8 games, I did have a pretty decent 8 games, I would say. I had 88 receptions and 7 touchdowns. To me, that's just beyond crazy. I didn't know I was capable of something like that, but I'm ready to see where this ceiling is at and how far I could take it.
So a lot of what we try to do here is we try to build a lot of strength, but then we also want to open the shoulders up, be able to gain that mobility, which will also help him in the NFL to decrease his shoulder injuries as we go through.
First couple weeks training with Andy, that was brutal. I mean, the first week, my body was just depleted. All the energy that I could possibly give out was given. So he gets the best of you, but as it's gone on, it's definitely gotten better.
And he's done a great job understanding our process is to prep him for the biggest job interview of his life up to this point. Sometimes holding back a little bit more, like when he started ramping up a lot of his field stuff, we cut down a lot of his legs in here, which was challenging for him. He wanted to come in and go, but we had to be smart within our approach, and he's done a great job of really adapting and buying into that process as we're going forward.
What we went through today was upper body, getting primed for the 225 test. So the 225 bench press test is basically a combine test that they do to see your general strength, how well you could push 225. And yeah, I mean, it ranges different from all positions, obviously, because there's different type of bodies.
This will be an exercise, like we keep talking about, working on shoulder strength from different angles, but he also has to have good balance, good core stabilization as he goes through. Jake's doing a great job maintaining balance through his legs, standing on the BOSU. Core is engaged as he's standing through there, and he's remaining nice and rigid.
He puts me at a threshold around 8 while we're working out. It never goes pretty much below that. There will be times where you're opening up your body parts and things like that. So you're opening up your chest. So you can kind of cool down during that time, but other than that, it's a solid 8 the whole time.
Drake coming over here, we got front raise. So same thing, up, 3-second pause, facing out. We're just trying to make him as strong as he can at a lot of different angles. Also within this phase, we're not necessarily treating him as a normal wide receiver. Our job at this point is to prep him to prepare the best that he can at the combine, or in his case right now, the pro day. After we get out of that, then we shift back to our normal football type of training.
What separates me from the other guys at the combine is just the mental aspect of the game. I just came off an injury this year, couldn't really do too much running and things like that, so I really had to hone in on the mental part.
So this is going to be a synaptic dot drill, which works on hand-eye coordination. As he's going through that, now we've already fatigued his shoulder, so if he does this at the beginning, typically he'll get a faster score because there's not much fatigue in his shoulder. So we're still training his nervous system of his eye to his brain, all connects together, then also the shoulder strength. So on this one, he's watching that center dot, which will flash a color, and then he's got to find the other circle that has that color in it and touch the screen for it. What'd you get? 37. You do one more. Do one more. We gotta get a little closer to 40.
I can't even hold up these arms right now. The people who I'm listening to right now during workouts would probably have to be G Herbo, a little bit of Chief Keef, Gunna, and Young Nudie. The decision between basketball and football, it was tough. I mean, those are 2 loves that I've been playing with as long as I possibly could, but I knew there was gonna be a day, unfortunately, where it would have to end, and that was during COVID year, where it was hard to play 2 sports. You really just had to stick with one, and I was doing pretty good in the other than one, so I just had to pick my golden ticket. My pops put a ball in my hand when I was literally in diapers. I couldn't barely walk or anything like that. I was always had a basketball or football in my hand. I would say my father played pretty much every role you could possibly play. He's helped me with working out. He's helped me with school. He's helped me with things that you just would never imagine. My mom has helped me with everything because I am a mama's boy. She's my everything, she's my heart, and she's my biggest supporter, my number one supporter before anybody. She's helped me get to practices, get to tournaments, get to my football games, just anything you could think of that a parent would do in supporting their kid, yeah, she did that. My biggest accomplishment in sports would have to be committing on my father's birthday to my dream school. And actually the reason I started liking them was because of him, my dad. So I think that was one of my biggest accomplishments. Playing for SC has prepared me a great deal for the next level, especially with the wide receiver coach who I had, Coach Kerry Colbert. He's played in the same shoes as me, same uniform as me while I was there, went to the league, did it. So his development with me was huge. So the guys who I watch or try to emulate my game after would have to be Calvin Johnson, Mike Evans, just because they're bigger body receivers that I could kind of just watch their film and take into my game right away. I can visualize it and kind of put it into how my body moves. So I would say them, and then just guys who have great feet like Devontae Adams and Keenan Allen. Somebody's mental game that I admire would have to be Cooper Kupp's. With his post-game interview that he had after the game, breaking it down from top to bottom was pretty cool to see. And it's something like the shoes that I want to be in one day, be able to break the game down like that perfectly. So my family with cars, it's kind of in our blood. Like anything with an engine, we're gonna get on and we know how to ride it, you know? We just love cars. We feel like you can express yourself through a car and you can kind of show people like what your art is. The car right here is the track spec ZL1. It's called ZL1 1LE. It has the LT4 engine in it with a supercharger, which is pretty crazy. Then I would say for a car that I want in the future, like a dream car, have to be a 1961 or 62 bubble top Impala. I think lowriders is a big California thing, and it's something that's in our culture, especially where I'm from. A lot of people have them, and it's just when you're rolling down the block as a little kid, you want to flip the switches as well, so that's something that I wanted to do. How I would repay my parents would probably be, I love cars. We've always talked about having like just a group of lowriders someday in the future, and I would love to do that and get my pops a classic Impala and get my mama an old Continental or something like that. I do envision draft day a lot. I envision a lot of things, whether it's about to play a game or I'm about to do something that I need to accomplish. Like I envision a lot of things, but draft day, obviously I just envision getting my name picked, getting up, hugging my parents, hugging my sister, hugging all the loved ones around me, and just getting ready for the journey that's ahead. No days off means to me just consistent grind, just putting your best effort in every day to get better at your own craft. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out other No Days Off episodes.